Now this is what I was interested in. If Bill Wirtz taught me anything, it's that early humans invented capitalism through farming. See, bread is strongly associated with agriculture, the practice of cultivating crops and raising livestock, growing your own food. Not everyone has the skills and, most importantly, the land to do so. Bread was really most prominent in some European regions, and wheat was primarily grown in the Fertile Crescent, which is a crescent-shaped area of land in the Middle East. As such, if you grew your own crops, everyone wanted to come to you or your land for them, and thus, you had power over them. Also, I call it capitalism as a joke, but capitalism is a more modern system. Really what we're seeing here is the advent of trade. I give you this wheat I have plenty of, and you give me something like fruit or whatever other grain that I can't make. Guess what this resulted in? The economy. This exchange of grains and bread led to the general invention of trade and later on, the economy, as trading was replaced with money like coins and notes. And also, the workers who built the pyramids were paid with bread. And beer. It was a staple food, hence people who brought the food for the household were called breadwinners. Not only was it traded, but bread was also given as compensation. It was literally money back then. It was so important that in France, the fucking French Revolution was partly due to increasing bread prices. When the price of bread rose, the public would freaking riot. That's how crucial bread was. Also in Asia, people usually eat rice, but after World War II, Japan ramped up the bread industry in their country and consumed Western bread more, because that's really all they had in ration shipments. They just got the ingredients and made them since they couldn't make rice. Hey guys, I guess Japan was not ready for the Hiroshima bombing. Apparently bread was also used as a source of status. The darker your bread was, the lower your class was too. Darker bread was easier to make, so in ancient times, whiter bread meant the person had more money to spend on better bread. But this would get diluted as time went on, as bread got mass-produced thanks to actual capitalism this time, and all bread was easier to afford. And as the economy and times changed, the world got less racist. Now let's talk about toast. It's not surprising early people burned bread just to see what it could look like. But it didn't become relevant until way later when the Roman Empire used it to preserve bread and make it more palatable, even if it's stale. Because you don't want to be paid in stale bread, what good is that? And then in the late 1800s, the first toaster came along. Since then, it was just improving that basic toaster. Though I have heard of toasters that use water instead of just plain heat to create unique toast. Yo camera guy, make me some toast! What? Toast is also associated with wine. It seems that some wines tasted like ass, and people would put breadcrumbs in it to balance out the taste and make it better overall. This would be done at gatherings, and those old people raised and clinked their glasses together in honor of someone, which is where toasting came from. Then opened the floodgates for things in between bread. Sandwiches made by a chronic gambler who requested meat in between two slices of bread so he could eat while gambling. Sandwiches were invented thanks to a gambler being lazy. Grilled cheese was invented during World War I because it was easy to make and afford. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, popular during World War II because they were easy to pack yet very nutritious, and afterwards became a quintessential school lunch. I've eaten many PBJs and they're awesome, damn it! I could go on and on, but you get the idea. I don't want to ramble on for too long.